What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're going to jump in with a very quick video on how you can acquire the new exotic armor as part of the Beyond Light expansion in Destiny 2. So just a quick look right here, it is something that for a lot of players we're going to have to power level for a little bit just yet, but it's good to get confirmation about how exactly it's going to work, because often with exotic armor they tend to be in the world pool, so you can pull them from exotic engrams. That hasn't been the case this time, and so I doubt that we're going to see them in the Xur engram, or indeed the normal exotic engram, which means they need to be acquired in a specific way. And when we look in the database for any of the new Beyond Light exotic armor pieces, the source is listed as Solo Legend and Master Lost Sectors. And so to get an idea about how exactly these are going to work, right now there are only a few of them available in the game. There are a couple on Europa, and these are actually 1280 power master versions of Lost Sectors, but there is a Legend Lost Sector available on the Cosmodrome, which is the Exodus Garden 2A Lost Sector. And massive shout out to my friend Duddits, who's managed to spend a bit of time, get a clear of this, and pick up one of the exotics. So he actually got the exotic helmet dropped on his very first run of this, but other folks have reported it taking like 20 runs to get it dropped. So there is a pretty heavy amount of RNG, but you have to complete this solo. In order for any of the Lost Sectors to show up in Legend or Master difficulty, you do need to reach 1200 power, but also complete the normal versions of those Lost Sectors on the destination, and that would include the Cosmodrome Lost Sector here, but currently it appears to be the easiest one to get done. And you can see on a solo clear right there, my friend Duddits gets that Mask of Bacchus dropped. So the recommendation is to go to the Exodus Garden 2A Lost Sector on the Cosmodrome, clear it on normal mode if you haven't done it yet, as well as reaching 1200 power. However, it's not going to be especially easy to solo. Duddits is around about 1218 power, so pretty underleveled, but it can definitely be done. Main shouts really are that there are a bunch of Overload and Barrier champions. You've also got the Fallen modifier Scorched Earth, the Destination modifier Memory of a Golden Age, and the Forlorn Miasma Burn. But really what it comes down to is having a good setup. So primarily we've got Izanagi's Burden, as well as Ikelos SMG, and then the Fallen Guillotine. We're also rocking a Stasis subclass here. And for Overload and Barrier champions, either stun or get their shields off, and then use weapons like Fallen Guillotine or Izanagi's Burden, things that are going to take them out very, very quickly. Overload grenades also are going to be very, very useful for a bunch of those enemies. And if you are rocking a Hunter, you do get things like the damage buff to weapons from the Whisper of Hedron's Stasis Fragment. And otherwise, realistically, especially since we're in just the first week right here, and we're starting to power up quite a bit, as players start to approach 1230 and beyond, these are going to be much easier to do. And so while new exotics may be kind of just out of reach or pretty difficult to get at this precise moment, I would bet that within a week or especially a couple of weeks, a lot of players are going to start to be able to acquire these. However, once again, there is that RNG element. You could get it on your first run, but it could take a whole bunch of runs before you get lucky. Importantly though, we have the confirmation that absolutely these exotics will just come from Legendary or Master Lost Sectors in this expansion. And of course that's going to include Precious Scars, Icefall Mantle, the Mask of Bacchus, and Arthas' Embrace. And then for the Warlock, Dawn Chorus, and Necrotic Grip. And you'll see as well, next to the exotic listing for that particular activity, it will say whether you're likely to get a helmet, chest piece, arms, and so on. And so considering we just have helmets and gauntlets as new pieces right now, it's pretty obvious as to what you need to focus on. But guys, there we go. Massive shout out once again to my pal Duddits for getting a clear of these pretty difficult Lost Sectors. It will become a very good way to farm these new exotics, right? To say farmable right now, yeah, you can farm them, but they're just very difficult. I think though, in a couple of weeks time, it will be a very different situation and we'll be smashing our way through them relatively easily. So guys, I hope the video has been useful. If it has, a rating below really helps us out. Also feel free to get subscribed to the channel. And thanks again to my friend Duddits for getting that new exotic dropped. But otherwise, I hope you guys have an awesome day.